In this video, I started a first-generation farm with nothing but a bank loan and a pickup truck. So now I have the challenge of building a profitable farm from scratch. Will I go broke or will I make it big? Stay tuned to find out. And if you guys enjoy content like this and you want to see more, be sure to subscribe and dropping a like helps too. Anyway, let's go build a farm. Well, it is another day back out here on the farm, and spring has officially sprung. It's warm out, it's March 5th, and we've got $237,000 in the bank account. It's time to go spend some money. Because you know what they say, you gotta spend money to make money. So there's an auction later today, and I'm thinking we're gonna try go pick up some new equipment. We're also gonna try sell some. For starters, we've got this stinking cedar. I absolutely despise this thing. I hate it so dang much. So we're getting rid of it. And then we're also going to try sell this little Ford tractor here. It has basically no uses on the farm, so we're going to get rid of it. And hopefully we're going to get something different. I don't know what we're going to be able to find, but hopefully it's something decent. Because basically all this thing can do is run the rake. And yeah, we don't really need it to do that. So we're getting rid of it. We're also going to get rid of this super small rake slash tedder. If it sells, we're going to try pick up something else at the auction. If there's nothing else we can find at the auction, we'll have to go buy something from the dealership. Hopefully not. Hopefully we can find something used and not at a crazy price. That would be ideal. Now, hopping in the truck here, I figured we'd go and take a look at all the land, which basically all of it needs to be cultivated up in preparation for seeding here. I guess we have all this side done, but we still have the main plots on the front of the farm. And since I'm going to be at the auction today, I'm going to be enlisting some help from a local neighbor kid to get that done. We're going to fire up the old 4455 and get it ready to go here. I'm going to leave this here. Once the kid gets here, he can start working on getting all this done along with the other field. And I am going to go and get some of the equipment loaded up. Now, we've got a pretty big starting budget for this year. Obviously, I want to try pay off some debt this year because last year we didn't really get a chance to. But I would also really like to buy some land this year. And there is some possibly for sale. I've been chatting with the owner, trying to get him to sell. And there's one plot that he wants to sell this year for sure. And that plot just happens to have a house on it, which would be absolutely perfect. And we'll actually drive by it on our way to the auction there. Now, the other plot is basically a big grass field, and I'm trying to see if he wants to sell it, but he's not too sure on that one yet. But since we technically don't have the cash for both right now, and he's not in a rush to sell, we got some time. We do, however, have the cash for one, so I don't know. We'll see if it's doable. Depends how much I spend at the auction. I'm going to be so dang happy once this cedar sells. The biggest piece of junk I could ever bought. Okay, all strapped down here. Looks like my neighbor is working on getting that all cultivated up there, or disked, I guess. We are gonna get going to the auction. I'm not really sure how he's at. Okay, I'm just gonna let him do what he needs to do there. I'm sure he'll get it figured out. So this to the left of us is the piece of property. Now it comes with that small plot of land. It's not a very big plot of land at all. I'm just gonna pull off to the side here. And this is the other one that he is debating on selling. I would really like this plot of land because it's got so much grass available. We'd really be able to put some use into the hay equipment there. Now, luckily enough for me, the house and garage on this property doesn't bring up the value of it a ton because it is quite a bit older, but it is still very livable. And if we look here, what he wants for this, $126,000, and it is 5.21 acres. A lot of that's covered by trees, but I'm guessing if we got in there, we could probably clear out some trees and make the field a bit bigger. How much do we got here? Oh yeah, we could make this a lot bigger. Oh, never mind. There's kind of a creek running through here. I think that's where our property line kind of ends. Yeah, maybe a little bit, but not by much. But I'm thinking if we're going to buy something, that would be ideal. Anyways, I'm going to get going to the auction. Hopefully I don't spend too much money. Well, I have just made it back to the farm, and I managed to spend $60,000 at the auction, all on one tedder. I'm kidding. It's not just a tedder. We bought something else. So it looks like the neighbor is still going on that field back there, but all of our equipment sold, so we got that money. But I managed to spend it all on some other stuff at the auction, and then all the fees and stuff. And then a delivery truck that should be arriving shortly here. So I'm going to unhook this trailer and meet it at the road, because they actually can't make it in here because of that dang gate. Oh yeah, big boy purchases right here. Look at that. So I'll explain why I bought this in a second, but we need to get this whole setup out of the road because we're blocking traffic. Oh yeah, this thing is sweet. Hopefully I can fit through the gate. Just barely. Okay, truck's gone, and we have got ourselves a new tractor and seeder. So this is what the bulk of the $60,000 was. And actually, I got a very, very good price on both of these pieces of equipment here. They're both fairly used, but in still good running condition. The seeder was $25,000, which is actually a steal. But around here, nobody really wants anything that small, so I managed to get it for a good price. And then this 8650, it's fairly high hours as well, but it has a lot of work done to it, and I managed to scoop it up for $30,000. Most of it engine work. There's a whole new exhaust system, new turbo, new intake. It has fairly newer tires, not brand new, but newer. It has this 3-point system, and hopping in the cab here, we got Green Star, couple monitors, all the good stuff, CB, radio, all the nice things. So our new seeder here actually has a liquid fertilizer tank on it. We can't use regular fertilizer, which is fine. Liquid fertilizer, tad bit more money, but we can buy it a bit more in bulk than with the normal pallets we buy. And it's working with one of these sections here, there's actually 3 of them on the seeder, is about equivalent to our old seeder. And it can hold a lot more seed and a lot more fertilizer. Now, I should actually probably fold this thing out. I was told it was serviced, so we should be good to go. Yeah, look at that. Look at how much more working with we got. Now, the reason to why I bought the big tractor is our other John Deere probably could have run this, but we would have been a little lacking in the power department, so big new tractor it is. Bit overkill for the stuff we do on the farm, but I'm sure we'll get bigger implements eventually. The next thing I want to upgrade is the disc to something a little bit bigger now that we have a bigger tractor, but for now, we'll be all right. So currently, we do not have any liquid fertilizer. However, we do have some seed here, so we're probably going to get this out of here and try load it up and see how much we can fill up the planter or the seeder, whatever you want to call it. I am going to need the skid steer for that, though. Now, there is rain on the way. It's supposed to be later today, but after tomorrow, we're supposed to get about 3 straight days of it. So we're going to try get some seed in the ground here. Although, actually, it might be too early to plant anything. Definitely can't do barley, canola, can't do any of that. Can't do corn. We can do oats, so we might try to do some oats. Soybeans, yeah, so it looks like we're only going to be able to plant oats at the moment, which is fine. Now, I was thinking about doing some corn. This seeder actually can't do corn, but if I was going to get something that could plant corn, I would need a different header, and that's probably an expense we don't need right now. We're just going to hold off on that. So this right here is the last pallets of seed from last year. I'm not sure how much it's going to fill up the seeder here, but we're going to see. I'm definitely going to have to go get some more, though. All right, so all that brought us up to 52%. So yeah, we're definitely going to need a lot more. The question is, can I unload this new tedder here without using a tractor? Can I just use this forks on the skid steer? We're going to try. No. Oh, I guess we're going to push it off. Oh boy, that's definitely not okay, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I just hope we don't break anything. Okay, hopefully no damage. All right, trailer acquired. Let's go get some seed and fertilizer. Now, I did have it written down last year how much seed and fertilizer we used between everything, but I feel like with this new seeder, the application rate is going to be a little bit different, so we're probably going to have to buy some more, which is going to be expensive, but gotta spend money to make money. It's sweet to have this field, though. Lots of acres. At any rate, by the time we probably buy seed and fertilizer, at least for right now, that guy just completely blew that stop sign. We're going to be down to about $150,000. Now, I do want to buy that land, which is about $125,000, which we should be able to afford, be able to just swing that, but I'm going to have to make a good amount of hay if I want to have enough money to hopefully afford a new combine, because that combine that we have right now just keeps having issues, and I'm sick of dealing with it, so we're going to see if we can end up buying something else. Essentially, there's 3 pieces of equipment I'd like to upgrade this year, and that is the disc, the combine, and the haybine. Whether we're going to be able to do that still stands to be seen, but I guess we'll figure it out. All right, so liquid fertilizer. It is $3,200 a tote. I'm not sure how many totes we're going to need. 8 is probably a bit much, so we're gonna dial that back. I'm going to say 6. That's already $19,000. Oh, man. Okay, we're going to go with 4. I'm really not trying to spend over $20,000 right now, but I don't think we have an option. There's $12,800. Now, seed here is a bit different. Oh, hold on. What's the difference between... Actually, we get more if we buy seeds from Pioneer. Okay, we're going to do it this way. That is $10,000 right there. Okay, Well, this should be fun. So just leaving the co-op here, first round of seed and fertilizer costing us roughly $23,000. We're close to it. Definitely more than I wanted to spend, but I guess we're gonna have to probably spend more. Yet again this year, underestimating the cost of seed and fertilizer. Okay, now we get to see how much $23,000 fills up the seeder. Probably, at least we get one fill out of it, I hope. So one tote exactly brings us to 99%. Close enough. Basically full. I'm glad of that because liquid fertilizer is not cheap. We got 2 pallets here. And what's that gonna bring us to? I'm guessing it's about 3-ish pallets from what we brought from the shop. 3-ish pallets to fill this up. Not too bad. Looks like the neighbor kid there is just about finished with cultivating all that up, or disking it, I guess. He's getting close. Now I'm going to be planting that field to oats, and then pretty much everything else is going to be going right into soybeans. I know you shouldn't do soybeans over soybeans, but for this year, we're going to need the cash, so we're doing it anyway. Anyways, after cultivating's done there, I'm going to be taking the duals off the other tractor there because we need to run hay equipment with it later this year, so duals, no go. We'll have the other big tractor for cultivating now. I am excited to use this though. This should be fun. Well, disking is done and I'm excited to use this brand new to me seeder. This thing's so high tech I don't even know how to use it. Okay, I think I got it though. Yeah, look at that. It's working dang good. We're actually cruising at a pretty good speed too, so this thing is working really nice. Actually, what am I doing the outside lines? I gotta get my GPS going here. Guess I was just so dang excited to try it out. Okay, now we're moving. Pretty dang happy this thing has GPS, because without it, it's a pain. So there is one disadvantage I've found with this bigger seeder now. Turning radius absolutely sucks. So I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. Ah, but would you look at that? Fertilizer's only going down slightly faster than the seed. It's actually not too bad. All right, so I am just about finished this field here. I've got a couple more passes and then the outside rounds there, but we have gotten this field done in record time with this new seeder. We do have rain on the way, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to do any more today. I guess I can't really plant anything else anyway because we're not quite in the growing season yet for just about anything, other than oats, of course. We actually didn't even go through that much seed or that much fertilizer, so I don't know if I'm actually going to have to buy any more. If I do, it'll probably just be a little bit, which will be nice for my bank account's sake. All right, just getting the last little bit on the field here, and that is going to be it for this one. There we go. I'm not going to fold this all up because I do want to pressure wash this all off and fill up the fertilizer and seed yet again. That way, when it is time to plant the soybeans, we're all ready to go there. Luckily, this thing isn't too dirty, so it shouldn't take too long to wash off. There we go, all nice and clean again. Oh, I gotta wash this too. So the seeder should only take about 3/4 of one of these totes here. It was right on the money. I'm also gonna have to go and get some solid fertilizer for when we need to fertilize the grass over here and the field. It's gonna need a second round of fertilizing probably. We finished off that 1/4 of a pallet there. Only take another half of another one here. Oh, I was wrong. Took a little bit more. We got all of 4% left on this pallet. All right, well, this is all good to go for soybeans when the time comes. Just gonna wash this disc up here, probably give it a grease, and then it's gonna be good till fall or early next year. That is if we don't upgrade it. Check it out. Dualies are off the 4455 here, so now we're back to a single wheel setup, which should make hang a little bit easier. I'm not exactly sure how this tether works. Oh boy, I can't turn for crap. I think I just go over the rows and it flips it all or something like that. It'd be pretty simple. So I'm thinking if I end up buying that other property there for $125,000, that I can get rid of this camper, which I think was about 10,000, close to that. Probably sell it for that again, if not more, if I wait just a little bit longer till July or something. Campers are a lot more in demand. You can sell them for a lot more money. And look at all this spray I have. All this herbicide. There's a lot here, so I should be able to cover the whole farm, no problem. I was also going to unload this trailer, but if we end up moving to the other side of the river there, I'll just probably take this whole trailer across and it'll be a lot easier. Anyways, hope y'all enjoyed. Subscribe, and goodbye.